So it's been quite apparent that Call of Duty's engine is outdated and needs a new one desperately. Well, what if the new engine is right around the corner? What is going on, you guys? This is Gaming with Sal, and welcome back to the channel. So let me go ahead and start off by saying this. This is not any sort of confirmed news that I'm announcing. This isn't based off of a rumor. This is simply a speculation that I personally have, or just an opinion that I want to share with you guys. So even though this isn't confirmed, Call of Duty fans' dying wish for a new engine might actually come true within the near future. And what I mean by the near future, I'm talking about like in the next 2 to 3 years. The reason I say this is because if you guys haven't kept up with the news, there have been more rumors circulating that talks about Infinity Ward's next upcoming title being Modern Warfare 4, and that they are currently hiring for individuals who can work with the next generation technology. Now, the Modern Warfare 4 part is obviously just a rumor. What's not a rumor though is that the team is actually looking for people to hire, and there are actually images online showing this off, and even their official website I think has this job listing currently at the moment, or had it at some point. And of course I'll go ahead and provide some images if I can, or a link to you guys so you guys can take a look at it for yourself. But what got to most people is the part where the listing says it needs people who can work with the next generation technology. At first, when you hear this, me and a lot of other people thought that Infinity Ward was talking about the PS4 and Xbox One, only because even though those current generation consoles are current generation consoles, most people for some reason still call them the next generation consoles, and then call the PS3 and Xbox 360 the last generation consoles. But if you think about it, the quote next gen consoles, aka the PS4 and Xbox One, have now been released for almost about 5+ years, which means that there is a chance that maybe a PS5 or like an Xbox 2 could be coming out real soon. Now, I wouldn't say that it would come out in like 2019, only because it seems way too soon for that. I would say if there was a PS5 or an Xbox 2, that it would only come out in like late 2020 or maybe 2021. But the point is that whenever it comes to any of the Call of Duty titles that were recently released, such as World War II and Infinite Warfare, they never had any sort of description like this within their job listings before. So we can definitely say that this need for people who can quote work with next generation consoles isn't related to the setting of the game or anything like that, but it most likely has to do with the fact that they need people who can work with the new technology that's probably going to be coming out with the next set of consoles that will be released in the next few years. Now, how does this relate back to Call of Duty needing a new engine? Well, if you think about it, with a new set of consoles coming in, this also means that there will be more technology to allow games to do things such as play in higher quality, give developers more powerful tools to work with, to add more details within their games, and allow the final product to look much more appealing visually, etc. Even though Call of Duty has been running off of the same engine, and I believe it's called like the Quake engine or the Quake 4 engine, correct me if I'm wrong, but you can clearly see that there is a huge difference in the way that the games have come out for the franchise in recent years. They look much better and crisper than the titles that have come out in maybe like 5 years ago. So when a PS5 comes out and an Xbox 2, and mind you, I'm only calling the next generation consoles the PS5 and Xbox 2 because I honestly don't know what else to call them, but there is a room for an opportunity for the developers of Call of Duty to explore and experiment for a new engine, and I think that developer is going to be none other than Infinity Ward. The reason I say this is because 1, they already have this job listing on their website, and 2, Infinity Ward hasn't been doing the best lately in terms of their games. Call of Duty Ghosts might have been appreciated in today's times recently, but when it initially launched, it almost got nothing but hate. The same thing happened to Infinite Warfare, except even worse. So it would make more sense to allow Infinity Ward to come out with another title, except this title has an engine that is far more superior to any engine that Call of Duty has ever used or come close to using. Like, just for a second, imagine having a Call of Duty game that plays exactly like how Call of Duty plays, but it looks and feels like a Battlefield title aesthetically, meaning it simply looks, I repeat, looks as realistic as something like Battlefield. So that doesn't mean that I'm saying it has to play like Battlefield, where the buildings are toppling over, there's bullet drops, there's spotting, and that there are nothing but large maps to play on with vehicles all over the place, but that it just looks like Battlefield. Take an ultimate fan favorite map such as Terminal for a second from Modern Warfare 2, or something like Nuketown from a recent game like Black Ops 3, and imagine it's still playing the way that it's supposed to play, with kill streaks all over the place and everything like that, except graphically it looks good as something like Battlefield graphics. Now, I'm not really sure if you guys are getting the same image in my head that I am thinking about right now as I'm talking about this, but if I ever saw a Call of Duty game look like that, that would be the one time in a long time that I would give my money up to someone like Activision without having to think about it. Because I mean, imagine like shooting your bullets and like the concrete on the wall is breaking apart, not really like the whole building toppling over like I said, but like just concrete falling off of the building, flying off. You can actually hear it, you can see different animations whenever you shoot and kill someone, you get different animations every single time you die, your bullets sound way more realistic, you can actually hear the echoing of the bullets coming from other enemies and other teammates all over over the maps. Like, just take a look at that in your head and imagine how cool that would be to see in Call of Duty. Now, I understand at the end of the day, the graphics aren't everything, that the game from the core needs to have factors that keep the player wanting to play and have it still be enjoyable. That is something I 100% agree on, because I've made quite a few videos before that touch upon this topic, talking about how we need better and stronger streaks, a better reward system, ways for players to unlock the items they really want to earn, and have basically create a game where it keeps the players wanting to play, and then combine all of that with what I just said about Call of Duty looking amazing in terms of the graphics. And that right there is a strong Call of Duty title that we haven't seen in a long time, that can compete with games that are really top notch today. Now, even though I'm talking about all of this in a way where I wish it can happen, the chances are that it probably won't come true, at least not yet, because even though Infinity Ward needs people who can work with next gen titles, it's probably not for Modern Warfare 4 or whatever their next game is going to be in late 2019. I actually think that it's for their next game after the one that comes out in late 2019, which will be coming out in 2020 if the 3-year development cycle is still a thing. This makes the most sense to me, because by then there will be a new set of consoles, and it gives them a total of 4 years to work on a new engine if they are currently looking to hire such people. So in short, my speculation is that Infinity Ward is looking to hire so that people can work on the ways that their games will run whenever the new generation of consoles come out in the near future. They could, I repeat, could be working on a new engine, and that the new engine will most likely be coming out for their game that will be releasing in 2022 and not 2019, as an initiation for Call of Duty to begin a new chapter by giving the franchise a brand new engine. So there you have it, you guys. That is my crazy, maybe even outlandish theory whenever it comes to the topic about if we will ever get a new engine for Call of Duty or not. But at the same time, I would love to hear your thoughts in the comment section below. So do you guys think that we'll be getting a new engine for Call of Duty anytime soon, possibly whenever the next generation consoles roll out in the next few years? Or do you think that we're simply doomed and that there isn't any hope of seeing a new engine to come out no matter what happens? Let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section below. But anyways, that's all I have for you guys in this video. So if you guys enjoyed it, please leave a like, comment, subscribe, click the bell icon so you'll never miss an upload, and follow me on my social media accounts to stay connected. And as always, I will talk to you guys in the next video. Take care of yourselves, be safe, and bye.